Hello and welcome. My name's Derek and I sell physical media on eBay. I make videos about that. This is a What Sold video. Stop the music. So this kind of reminds me of like a sales day or sales days before Christmas. There's 722 in sales. Yeah, that's pretty good for 2 days. I mean, that is 350, 360 a day, which then my days on a fairer average, it's like 300. So it's not too far from, an average running at it, but definitely works out because that makes this this payout for, what hits the bank on Wednesday makes that better. So I got to start finding this stuff. All right. D24. All right, these two Douglas Fairbanks Zorro. These are the ones I got. I don't know, not too. It's been a little while. They have like these are posters. $20. So if you're new here, I round up or round down. So that was 1977. Time Changer. D33. Time Changer. $12. Got to get a book. I have a flying fan out there. Not like a fan that goes round and around. A bird fan. My motherfucking bird plane. What is that from? Is that Tenacious D or something? So last night when I went live, putting inventory away and tearing down a couple more little electronics, or little kitchen appliances I found in the trash. I took that stuff apart, cleaned up that little area, did some more little sorting and consolidating. But when I was doing that, I was like, oh, I believe this book sold. All right, so this book here, it's called Zvedo Pismo, Novega Zakona, Evangelii Apostoliska Dila. I don't know if that's proper pronunciation or inflection of those words. But this book here, I have this one for a little while. $42. So I'm not quite sure the Slavic, maybe something along those lines. But $43. It's kind of nice. I moved my boxes around because I added a whole other box of CDs. So now on the far left, it doesn't have two boxes. Now I can just put all my stuff that's sold nice and neat right there. C36, Andrea Bocelli. So these, I know I've had these ones for a little while. I remember getting one or having one. And then when I was doing my sourced videos and I was just displaying stuff and then just kind of pointing and talking and showing the camera in that angle, there's at least one. That might be one right there. It is. I was like, oh, so I got this other sealed one to go with the other sealed one. So they can, well, these two, one must be worth more than the other, that's for darn sure. Because these are $22. Now, I would best guess that a lot of Andrea Bocelli is probably $8 to $12 a single CD, my guess. If it's still sealed, regardless, that's still something I'll still grab and scan. All right, $22. Reminds me of scanning. Reminds me of a comment in a YouTube video I watched. And it's such a ridiculous title. It's like consumerism ruined thrifting. So you're going to tell me that people wanting to buy stuff at places that are cheaper than other places is not consumerism, or people or buying things isn't, or what? Consumerism ruined thrifting. There's more people, lots of thrift stores, and the I didn't listen to the video. I just thought it was just like, what? Buying things ruined a place where you buy things. Buy stuff online for all kinds. It's like, wow. It sounds like somebody has a beef against people making money. And surprisingly, that channel has almost 1 million subscribers. It's just like, wow, that's definitely trying to rage bait, because it doesn't make sense. Buying the act of buying things, a fixation of just constantly buying stuff outside of your absolute needs. So buying extra clothes, extra socks, extra tires for your car, what just other besides food and shelter and those little things, right? So it's like, do you think that buying things ruin places where you can get things for cheaper? And there's only a handful of out of the 1,000 comments. There's only a handful that really address resellers, and there's a handful like, oh, I can't stand the resellers. There's every single person is there on their phone, and you can't walk around. Whatever the comment was, I'm like, I live in a fairly populated area in the United States, and I get to a lot of thrift stores, and very rarely, at my 6'4" self, do I ever get into like, oh, I can't get around. People just want. Well, I say people just want to complain about stuff. About here, I am complaining about that video. I'm not going to mention the channel. You can look the title up all you want, but it's very defeatist and Dunning-Kruger. As meaning, oh, you know what? I bought something. I don't like the way how it turned out. Therefore, consumerism's ruining everything. Welcome to the world of capitalism. Welcome to the world of it ain't fucking free. The Flame of the Arrow soundtrack. C31. Flame of the Arrow soundtrack. 27. I mean, I can understand people complaining about prices and inflation. C48. Oh. However, I don't. Skeeter Davis. I don't see the pressing need to have to critique, let alone a theory and a principle of what's been going on since the dawn of trade. So where do we want to go? Mesopotamia? I'll leave that there. That's one thing I don't want this channel to be, is me ripping on other channels and then there being a whole little drama and all that stuff. But It's pretty simple. Unless you're getting it for free, you have to spend money. And you have options, a non-monopoly, to go to different places, different sources to get that stuff at varying prices. Didn't ruin thrifting. But anything, the thrift stores have aided in more availability for those items to be around there, because otherwise those people would throw things away. And online has made it to where a greater mass of people now can get their eyes on that one specific item that, let's just say, was only available at a bookstore in 1988, and there was only 100 of them printed, and now that person lives in Germany. Go find that one book that there's only 100 of in Germany, if there wasn't online, or if there wasn't people who went out to the thrift stores and found this stuff. So maybe the people who resell have a bit of a passion behind it, have a bit of a reasoning behind it. What other people will do for money. Yeah, and what that money will keep them out of trouble of. Skeeter Davis. This is probably going to be another one. It's all the way over here. And it's going to be this entire morning. They're going to be like this. No. But it was upside down. Skeeter Davis. $9. Oh, $9 CD. I ruined thrifting. I ruined consumerism now. D22. I know perhaps another word for it would be, well, Dunning-Kruger is good. I'm glad this is a talking point, because this may be some degree on some people being able to kind of see where my brain goes. Leslie Sansone, $20. I would think that if someone, you could still sell millions and millions and millions a year in, let's just say, physical media, and still the reason why you're doing that is because you have a passion for physical media. I've sold for decades, and I've never really had a passion for a category. And if you're going to be a reseller, I suggest having a passion for a category, or your main crux of your store, or whatever you do. It's something you have a passion about. You like it, you appreciate it. It's not one of those, it's just, although I see this stuff as it is an article that is worth more than I can make money on it, but I spent my time looking for it. It's like that job. So you can still make millions selling physical media if your passion is there. If you're just going through things, like there's a lot of those that are on eBay and other platforms that are like, oh, well, this usually sells for around $100 or listed for right around that. But, there's these 1-2 really, 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 really big companies that have a $100 item listed for $30. And they've got 92 of them. That is ruining at least that aspect. I wouldn't necessarily say with thrifting. I don't know how there's more thrift stores, more people, and thrift stores are making more money because more people are out there donating more stuff and more people are going out there to get it, but it ruined thrifting. I don't think the thrift stores are going anywhere. Some may shut down, yeah, but I don't think the entire thing I don't think every single thrift store and charity shop all the way across the world is going to shut down because people buy stuff. It's a good talking point. I sound like I'm agitated. No, I'm more entertained, but I'm talking loud because the phone. Because my microphone that I have just does not do well. Of all the settings I've done. Easter Rabbit. Yogi Bear, Bunny something. $9. $8.59 actually. But it's not a $9 item that I won't get my money back on. C42. C42. Hand in hand. Olympic stuff. I watched a video a while ago. I don't remember who it was in regards to buying and, at least at minimum, at least checking to see if this U.S. Olympics thing, or just Olympics, XYZ item is worth anything. And this one I did. A lot of Olympic stuff I see just doesn't have the value. But this hand in hand, Corona, 1988 Seoul Olympics CD, $24. I believe this is one I had to resurface. It definitely looks like it, but it's clean. $24. The Wiggles. A wiggle wiggle. And on top of that, I got up late. So my wife. I think Sunday and a Monday, for me to stay up until like 2 o'clock or whichever, which then was 3 o'clock. Probably not the smartest idea. I stayed up watching some true crime stuff. The Wiggles. Usually that's easy to see right there. The Wiggles. Halloween something. $13. Got to get another book. I got to get 2 books. See if there's any more. Well, there's at least a tape. 2 tapes. Oh, and another book. All right. So we'll start with this one here. PDP-AE Small Computer Handbook. A couple of these front pages are loose. They have some moisture. These are one of the ones, and then my bag slipped off my back seat, landed on the floorboard, and that little part of the floorboard likes to collect water, and then it wicked onto this book and a couple of the other ones. All the other ones, I think there's one that I did just ultimately throw away. And then there's the other one, which I think I might, because it's only like a $20 book. This is the one when I grabbed it and I saw that it was wet. I'm like, oh, man, that was a good one, too. But it dried up fine enough. But it's definitely good enough to even still list at that. And, I mean, their selling price was pretty much right around this price, maybe a little higher, regardless of that condition, because of the next time this is going to be listed is not going to be anytime soon. This version, I guess, there's just not. If you look at the cover, the artwork, $63 for a book. From where I got it at in that day was $1.50. But consumerism, man. Tell me, who is going to the store? I found it first, so we'll say it like that. Who's going to the store specifically to just find these books so they can enjoy the $1.50 for this exact book? That's one way to think about it. So in language, English language, American English, I should say. So there's the principle of something that's called the predicate. What the main point is, what it started with. If I say the sky is, you're going to best guess that I'm talking about the sky, what you look out outside. Right? The sky is. That right there is the predicate of things, of what it is. And then you give additional information. There's all different types of specific jargon words and and phrases and what this word is. Is that an is that an attributive? Is that an adverb? Is that some sort of participle? Whatever it may be, is the rest of stuff. So it starts with the predicate. If your predicate does not make sense to, or the rest of what the ending part, if that does not make sense to the predicate, that draws attention. Besides just the listening and consuming factor, it draws attention. So if this and this have a conflict, it merits a little more thinking and listening and investigating. And if you are an investigator of some sort, as soon as that happens, that's when those little bells go off in an investigator's brain. It's like there's something not correct right there. Some people will call them non sequiturs, but consumerism ruined thrifting. Thrifting is the art of buying stuff. Consumerism, or is a place where you could buy things. Keep that like that, and then I can continue to save for less price, where you can find it. You can have all these little breakdowns of what the act of thrifting is and what thrift stores do. But I got a feeling that thrifting helps consumerism. But it also helps to understand the basic definition of what consumerism is. And that video did not understand the basic definition of what consumerism is. I think that I didn't listen to it, so I may be completely wrong. But you see on how that title, that phrase, that predicate doesn't align with the other words in there, and that makes a difference. So you're starting that's the first impression, right? So let's just say that like titles for videos, titles in articles, newspaper articles, that needs to encompass the absolute crux, and then some segmented ending. That's usually how it's always going to be for like newspaper articles and things like that, and a lot of times for videos, for whatever they may be. But when words are conflicting, that's rage bait. All right, this book here, Safe Counsel, 21. That's just my logic on it. I very well can be 100% wrong on what that person is trying to convey. But the way and how it came off in reading the other comments in there, a lot of people were just instantly disagreeing. And I don't even know if those people watched the entire video. But C20. Oh, so here's one somebody returned. Somebody returned it. So it didn't play. It plays. It's absolutely mint. So some of these things, I think that some people, I don't think it's really often that it would, but I think some people buy these and they're like, oh, something's wrong with it, and they burn it on their computer and put it on their MP3 player. But Martin Del Rey, really? Either way, $19. Hope I don't get any more in 20. Got to get this tape. Led Zeppelin 3. $54. C36 Hawthorne Heights. I get that one, and they sell. I'm glad I was able to render a service for someone and go find something that they want, and they're able to go online because what they're doing or where they're at, this item is not available. I'm glad I was able to help them. I'm glad I ruined thrifting for everyone else for a $24 CD. Hey, I could be wrong though. That could be just the opposite of what he's trying to convey. I don't know, maybe I'm naive and I just don't know that, oh, that's all the internet is rage bait and bullshit. So the Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh. Replacement artwork in the case there, 32. Just replacement artwork. C38. Elton John. This person actually came in with a counter offer of $7 on this and the auto decline, and then they came in and wrote a message like, hey, can I get this for black? I just didn't reply. I denied the offer. Then I see the different offers, and they sent 3 other offers, one for 3, one for 5, one for 6, and one for 7. And then finally went in and I just hit decline on the counter offer one, and they came in with 8. $8 for this. They've left good feedback all the way across the board. So let's just hope that this person trying to get something for $3. Elton John, Blue Moves, $8. So if you're in here right now, it's probably 25 minutes in that you've been listening. Being that it's the quantity of stuff, it is going to be a little longer video. Charm City, DVD, D30. Charm City, 14. Oh, here's the winner. D22. Osama. The year 2003, played as a young, insanely popular rock star in Japan. Some J-pop something, and I'm going to guess from 2003. The year is 2003, or it's starting. Let's see what year this is. 2003. So this DVD, at least what this copyright is right there, 2003. 23 years old. But a J-pop, some rock star in Japan. $116. Heck yeah. Well, I have 2 of them. It's going to be this one. Bunny Wailer. $24. D24. Fire on the Mountain. Go tell it of the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ. I'm not religious. I mean, I grew up Baptist, but Fire on the Mountain. Fire on the Mountain. 25. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Oh, and the next one's right here. Williamsburg. That's actually interesting. Actually, I sold one of these open. I got the open one, I want to say, before I got this one. And the open one sold pretty instantly for, I don't know, $30, pretty exactly. But this one is sealed. 48 bucks. Another. Yeah. Oh, and then just this book. Actually, so the video is not going to be as long as I thought. So I will talk about this one. This one I got down in Salvation Army in Copley. I want to see that's where I got this one. Right? So I saw the religious, however it was lined up, but I saw the Spanish. And I started had to look more stuff up, and I believe I said that I typed in this guy's name and saw that the author does sell, and maybe a couple of these have sold in the past. But the point is, it was the worthwhile for me to see this, and I think maybe my eyes saw spirit. I'm not sure, but there was enough to it to where I saw this. I'm like, oh, not that it's foreign language or anything. Well, not really foreign, being that Spanish would be more native to America than other languages. Be way more native. And this is a 1975 printing. So there's a premier edition, Segunda, I'm going to guess is probably second. Tertiary, or 3. And then Quattro, yeah, well, that makes sense. Then Quinta. Then Deposito. 24 bucks. That's a long story for $24, but still. Of the 23 that are going out, if it was 30, that'd be $6.90. So that's basically what it is. It's $6.70 in purchase price, so it's about $30 average. $63.39. I don't know if I hear a train. The sliding door is open. The sun's blasting in, and this little part is kind of warm. The breeze that is coming through is from the heated patio. Or not that the patio is heated, from the patio being warmed up by the sun. But if I open up the front, and the wind start coming this way, I'd be getting the cold. I don't think there's a difference between, there's cold, and then there's cold. Is it cold? Yeah. Is it cold? So that's not too bad on that. So it is going to be a little longer video. So I'm just going to say, you guys are going to rip that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. I will go with 2 things. Buying things does not ruin the act of buying things. Even if those things are available at places where they're cheaper. The other, I would say, don't be less absolute on, well, this item has a stain on it, or this, like this book down here, this item has some sort of flaw. Therefore, it's not going to be really worth it. Or, I don't understand this. There's none listed. There's none sold in 90 days. So, therefore, I'm not going to take the effort to look deeper into Terapeak. Since they added that part to the app, it's probably been 2 years now. Massive game changers to be able to just be on the app and look at Terapeak. Because I used to have the Google, sounds like I'm old, the Google, have that on my phone, be signed into my account, and then go to the product research online through Google on my phone to try to see if that's specific. Then when they added it, that was a whole different story. So in a lot of cases, if you can't find information on it, Terapeak has 3 years worth of it if it's existent in there. And then even at that, just because it's not in there, if it's oddball, weird, esoteric enough, just give it a chance for 50 cents. Whatever your buying point is, but you get the point. Just because it's not immediate right now, and just because it has an issue, doesn't mean that it's not worth the while to. Somebody thinking going up, comment down below, subscribe, share, those are all free. They help me, help you, so we can help other people. Physical media, make some extra money selling it on eBay. Appreciate it. Thank you.